ECSI fans, you want to revolutionize your sports investing habits? Allow me to tell you about WagerWire. WagerWire is an app that helps you become a superior bettor by allowing you to sync all your sports books and track all your bets in one place. See your current action, your betting history, and stats. You could also sign up for sports books and collect bonus offers. Follow them at WagerWire on X, as it's the best account on the platform. Head to App Store or Play Store now and search WagerWire and download the app.
And we're back like we never left. You are watching Dynamics on the Hardwood as always, here with Denzel, here with Live Zone, myself. And we got some pretty good news for you. So I know you can catch us on the East Coast Sports Investors profiles, but you can now also catch us on our own TikTok for Dynamics on the Hardwood. All you gotta do is search up the username Dynamics on the Hardwood, all lowercase letters. It will pop up with our logo there, and you can follow us there as well. So there is another platform for you to see more Dynamics on the Hardwood things. Denzel, how we doing today?
We're doing, brother, as we do the summer Cape Cod vibe, survive and thrive. That's all we can do here on the Cape. Uh, that's what it comes down to. But yeah, things are going well. Just, I'm ready to get into it, brother. I'm ready to get into it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So the first thing that we're going to be talking about is obviously you got the news. Portland gets Damian Lillard back. Dame is going home. You know the mutual feeling. I don't know if you saw it, but on Twitter he said that Boston Celtics fans really thought so. That as a Boston Celtics fan, that kind of stunned a little bit. But Dame, I'm still rooting for you, even though you went back home. I don't see you winning a ring, but we'll get into that. Denzel, how are you feeling about Dame going back home, and what does this mean for all the other teams? Who was the winner? Who was the loser?
Um, I always have a huge respect for someone who tries to stay loyal to, especially their draft team, because that's something today that we don't see in today's NBA. We see people trying to go different places. Oh, what's the best scenario for me? And me going to get a ring. People are trying to ring shop rather than uh, staying loyal to the franchise that drafted them and give them the original team that gave them an opportunity to play in this league. And so, um, like you said, Lillard's going back to Portland. 3-year, 42 million, and some people are looking at it like, isn't he getting paid way more than that? Yes, he is, because of the buyout from the Milwaukee Bucks. He's able to sign with whoever he wants on a veteran contract. I think it's like a veteran minimum or something like that, and so um, he's it's only worth like 14 million a year, and it progressively goes up. Veteran contracts go up progressively up to 20 million a year by the year 2030. So something to keep in mind. This deal also includes a player option in 27, 28 at the end of the 3 years. And it also includes a no trade clause, a true no trade clause. The only other player in the NBA that has a true no trade clause is none other than LeBron James. So, backstory: winners in this scenario, in my opinion, his family. That's why he ultimately went back to Portland. His wife, 3 kids are still in Portland when he went to go pursue a ring out in Milwaukee. And, it's safe to say the grass is not always greener on the other side. And I think that's kind of the realization I think he came to when going to Milwaukee. And at the same time, though, I can't be happy for him, and he's a family man, and I'm a there's nothing better in this world than being with your family and being around the people you love the most on this earth. And so I can't be more happier for him in that scenario. Obviously, I think it's pretty safe to say that clear losers. You kind of poked at the Celtics there. The clear losers in this scenario are the teams that really tried to pursue him and ultimately got left on a cliffhanger, we'll call it. And that's the Heat, the Celtics. There were some small things with the Warriors there, but nothing really fully concrete. And then obviously the Lakers. There were talks with the Lakers trying to get Dame out there with LeBron and company. But those are my winners and losers. Um, and let's just be real. I could put a big asterisk on it and say the Milwaukee Bucks are a loser in this scenario to waive Damian Lillard and to ultimately try and find a way to you waive Dame, you sign Miles Turner, and all this to try and find a way to get Giannis to stay. And what if Giannis doesn't stay? The Milwaukee Bucks are clear losers because now you not lose one star, you lose two stars. If Giannis decides to ultimately leave, obviously, me and you, CJ, we've had talks about this, and we've thought that we just think Giannis is too loyal of a guy. We don't think he wants to be public enemy number one and be and so I will admit it's like the Bucks will be a clear loser in this scenario out of all the teams that tried to get Dame because you waived him, you signed Miles Turner, they've signed Kevin Porter Jr. and a couple other guys, but I think it's a failed attempt to try and keep Giannis. What are your thoughts on Dame going back to Portland?
I mean, round of applause for Damian Lillard. Not only did he go back home, but he tricked the entire league thinking that he was going to go to a contender when in reality he went back home. So that's number one. Number two is I want to say winners here are Damian Lillard's family. Like you, I'm glad that you put that out here. But also the Portland Trailblazers. Listen, Portland Trailblazers now have Damian Lillard and Drew Holiday in their backcourt. That is one hell of a backcourt to go against. I think that Portland has the chance to be set up in the future. I mean, you got Klingon there, you got Sharp, you got Kamara is still there, correct?
Yep, Kamara.
You got Kamara. Like you have all these pieces. You have Denji, but I'm gonna tell you right now, the losers were not the teams, because the losers are the legacies that could have been fulfilled based off of Damian Lillard's choices. So to me, the losers in this situation, I agree with you on Milwaukee. I think that Milwaukee is a big loser in this because now that Damian Lillard's gone to Portland, who's to say that Giannis doesn't follow him over to Portland? So I agree with that. But LeBron's legacy is hurt from this. Luka's legacy is hurt from this.
Ooh.
And Damian Lillard's legacy is hurt from this. Because realistically, do you see the Lakers winning a championship with aging Marcus Smart and always hurt DeAndre Ayton next to Luka and LeBron? Because I personally don't. And then after that, if you look at it from retrospect of Damian Lillard's legacy, do you really think that Portland is a championship contender in this Western Conference that is heavily loaded? I don't. So to me, it wasn't necessarily the teams that were hurt. Yes, it stinks as a Boston Celtics fan to not see Damian Lillard in the green and white. But at the same time, this might help the Celtics out because now Simons can grow. Derek White can still be a key figure. Jaylen Brown can now grow now that Tatum's hurt and Jaylen Brown is going to be the star of the team. And then when Jason Tatum comes back, I mean, I'm not really worried about the Celtics. I'm more worried about Damian Lillard making the wrong decision and not winning a ring because of it. Because now I'm looking at Damian Lillard as one of those greats that never won a ring because he wanted to stay too loyal. And yes, staying loyal is it is a great thing. But you got to remember at the same time, there's only so loyal that you can stay to a team that doesn't want to build around you. And
Mm,
Portland didn't build around Damian Lillard. Portland started building after Damian Lillard left. That's a problem. So now
mhm.
that they have something to build off of, now Portland needs to not make the same mistake twice. Build around Damian Lillard while you can, and build these young studs that they have up into a contending team. The same way the Houston Rockets built their young studs up with Amon Thompson and Sengun and Jabari Smith and all of them.
Mhm.
That's what Portland now needs to do. And they have the coach to do it. Their coach is Chauncey Billups. Chauncey Billups is one heck of a coach. He's been doing really good with Portland and been getting better every single year. It's just that the West is so loaded that
Yeah.
they weren't able to get a playoff spot. Now that they have Damian Lillard, now that they have Drew Holiday, it won't be this year because Dame's still hurt. But next year, Dame and Drew Holiday on the same team, if they can keep those two guys, I'm excited to see what happens, especially next to Klingon and Sharp. So we shall see what happens.
Yeah. Yeah. The legacy of Damian Lillard is a good point you make. Like you said, I 100% agree with Portland not fully having fully trying to keep a competitive roster around him. Um, I mean, and so that's a difficult pill to swallow because it's like you go back home, yes, you're with your family, but you're also with a franchise that their tendencies and what they're willing to do to build a roster.
And you're
And
locked for 3 years.
right, exactly. And so um who's to say, we're talking about Milwaukee having a backfiring moment. We're trying to find a way to keep Giannis. Lillard could easily have a backfiring moment here as well in terms of, I mean, does he want a ring? Like, come on. Everyone wants a ring. Everyone wants a ring. I think a
But
lot
if
of
he
people would.
wanted it, he had it. Because
Right. Oh, absolutely.
I'm going to tell you right now, as much as I hate saying this, the purple and gold was the best option to go grab it. It was. LeBron, Luka, and Damian Lillard all on the same team with Ayton being added and Austin Reeves was the best option for him to go win a ring, and he didn't take it.
Yeah. Absolutely. I mean, and there's no better, like, and a lot of things, the best way to say this is, who does LeBron need to surround himself with? Shooters. And there's no better shooter or one of the best three-point shooters in this
I was about
league.
to say.
It's Damian Lillard. Like, there's not one better shooter that I can. Okay, Curry. All right, forget Curry. Curry's in Golden
Well,
State. He's married to them.
but here,
It,
but here's the thing. Here's the thing. There is another better shooter than Damian Lillard if you look at the stats wise, because right behind, right behind Steph Curry in the most 3-pointers made is who?
oh, James Harden.
Exactly. So Damian Lillard's the third best shooter I think in the league right now.
Oh yeah. And so I mean, I think there would have been instant chemistry because all you have to do was let LeBron and Luca. Okay, you go run and do your thing, and I'm not saying Damian Lillard would have a field day. Damian Lillard has a field day in the pick and roll, and you have a big body like DeAndre Ayton setting screens, and he needs this little tiny window to get that shot up. Like,
And
uh,
if not, kicking out to the corners to either Luka or LeBron. I mean,
right? I mean, and then we're talking about Reeves and like, you know, I I have nothing against Roy Hamachimura, but Roy Hamachimura can get you a couple occasional threes out there too. So it's like those short corner threes. It's like, so to add Damian Lillard, another shooter to, oh man, LA, that would have been a whole nother, oh man, the
as much
Lakers
as I
found a
hate
way to,
saying that, as much as
yeah,
I
I,
hate saying
I
that,
do too, but it's like, you think about it and you're like, wow, like the Lakers could have really had something there. Um, but I can't blame Dame for wanting to go back home and being with his family and the separation, being away from them for 2 years in Milwaukee. I totally get, like me and like we both agree and we respect that decision to be away from, especially your family and your kids. Like that's a big decision you have to make. And
I respect it to his point. Like I said, it's still a business. You still have
right.
to make the right decisions for your legacy.
Hmm.
But I understand and appreciate why he went back home. I understand. To me, I look at this as the same way as Dwayne Wade going to the Cleveland Cavaliers and the Chicago Bulls, and then
Hmm.
he went back home. This is that Dwayne Wade story, and I don't know if it's
Yes.
going to end up playing out the way that Damian Lillard wants it to. But we shall see what happens. Damian Lillard's done it before. He shocked the world multiple times, so I wouldn't be
Yeah.
surprised if he shocks it again.
Yeah.
You know,
And to me, Dame put himself in a great position because pretty much the Bucks were kind of forced to buy him out. Torn Achilles. Okay, the 113 million, by the way, the buyout for Dame Lillard's contract, the 113 million is the largest in NBA history. No one else has had a buyout more than 30 million in NBA history. So that
that's what
gives
I'm
you an
saying.
idea of the ramifications and the how big of a deal this buyout was. But it put the ball in Damian Lillard's court, and Dame could have easily have not have signed with a team this offseason. He could have easily have went, you know what, I'm going to rehab, do my thing, and then next offseason I'll think about signing with a team. You know what I'm saying? Like he could have easily have done that instead of, I'm going back home. I'm signing with Portland. Like he could have easily have said, you know what, I'm going to weigh my options. Maybe I take I'm out all pretty much the entirety of this upcoming season, the 25-26 season. You know, let's take a step back. Let's be with family. Let's rehab. Let's get back to game shape. And then when we get to the next offseason, boom, now I'll make a decision. Like he could have easily have waited it out too. But, and so uh it's very, very interesting how the cards have played out in this story with Damian Lillard. And um, I mean, for me, the Bucks are 113 million out, and they lose Lillard, and they might lose Giannis. Like, ooh, like that is as worse of a
They're in a rough
summer
shape.
offseason.
They're in
Yeah,
rough shape.
it's like you couldn't ask for a worse offseason than what the Milwaukee Bucks are going through right now.
They did
And
get
it's
Miles Turner though, so
they did, and I'll
they
give
have the
them the
best
Miles.
front court.
Yeah,
They have the best front court in the league right
yeah,
now.
they drop Brooke Lopez and they pick up Miles Turner. I think that's a
Miles Turner
very,
and Giannis is a very, very good
yeah,
front court.
and so uh I think Milwaukee still, there's plenty, as we see so far. We've seen all these moves so far in this offseason. There's plenty of offseason left. Who knows what's going to happen in the coming, could happen in the next 5 minutes. Who knows
Yep.
what's going to happen? But yeah, Damian Lillard, and I was a little bit surprised by the no trade clause, but then I was like, do I blame him? Like, no, I don't blame him in a sense, because it's like, I don't think he wants to go anywhere else but to be with his family in Portland. So I didn't blame him for that. So, all in all, I mean, the Bucks, have a lot to work on, because they not only bought out the 113, but they stretched it over 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's 22 mil a year. And then I'm gonna throw something at you, which is, it's more of like a conspiracy, and like, but 22 mil a year over 5 years. You sign Miles Turner, 4 year, 107, 26 mil a year. 22 plus 26 is 48. Giannis's salary was 48 million this year. Like, we spent an equal amount of money as Giannis's contract to buy out someone and pick up Miles Turner. I'm like my mind just is blown by that a little bit. Like it's the same exact amount of money as Giannis made this past season. And I was like, okay, what is Milwaukee really doing here? Like, you know what I'm
I
saying?
don't
I
think they
mean,
know.
I agree. I don't think they know either, but I think them doing this and all the amount of money that is being handled here in this scenario with Dame is telling you they're willing to go to Great Lakes to try and make sure Giannis stays in a Bucks uniform too. And so we will see how that all plays out.
Time will tell. Giannis will
Yeah,
be in a Portland jersey pretty
but
soon.
I want to get to the Portland side of this conversation because you mentioned a great point with the young core of players they have there with Advia, Kamara, Klingon, um, Jeremy Grant is there. We talk about the backcourt, Drew Holiday, Dame as the backcourt. Obviously, we won't see that fully this year. Um, uh, Shaden Sharp, man, like kid could jump out the building. The guy could get you 25 a night, any night of the week. If we forget Rob Williams is there. Once again, Rob Williams is an asterisk. If
Mini
he could
Yao.
stay, yeah, it's like if he could stay healthy. Scoot Henderson.
What's the rookie's name that they got? Everybody's calling him Mini Yao.
Oh, Yang Henson. Yang Henson.
Yes.
Yeah, he. Oh my goodness, like how he played in the summer league. Played very very well in the summer league. And so they have some nice young core players. They got Chris Murray, obviously. Murray's brother on the Kings, his younger brother Chris is playing for them. So they have this nice young core, and to me, I think that could be.
Is it younger? Is Chris younger than Keegan?
I think Chris is younger than Keegan, if I remember correctly. I thought Keegan
Wow.
was.
I thought it was the opposite.
I thought Keegan was. Young, older. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm gonna laugh if they're twins. They actually might be twins.
Are they really?
Yeah, I see the same age for both of them, 24. So they actually might be one's
That's
older
crazy.
by minutes than probably.
That's crazy.
But either way, Portland went 36 and 46 last year. They finished 3 games outside of the play-in spot. Now, my question to you, CJ, is obviously there's no Dame, so we won't fully know this year. But could you see Portland making a play-in spot with this young core plus Dame and
This year?
Drew?
This year?
Not
Or
this
next?
year, but I'm saying when Dame's healthy.
Well, that's hard. That's hard to tell. You're predicting 2 years into the future.
Right.
So that's. I mean, it depends. Like, there's so many things in the Western Conference that could happen. Ja could get traded at any minute. LeBron could retire at any minute. Those two things alone would change the Western Conference for the foreseeable future. Then after that, you also have to worry about, is Kevin Durant going to make it 2 more years, or is he going to retire if he gets a ring this year? That type of thing.
Right.
You know what I mean? So there's so many things there that are hard to really, if you're looking at it from the aspect of this. I mean, Dallas is going to be in it in 2 years, right? Then after that, we got the Nuggets. They're going to be in it. And then if you look at Houston, even without Kevin Durant, is going to be loaded. The Clippers, they could still make a run with or without Chris Paul there, you know. So
The
it's like it's hard to tell. I think that they have the chance to make a playoff spot, but do I think that they're going to have to play in the play-in? There's a good possibility. There's a
yeah,
good possibility there.
I mean, because for me, and I don't want to just assume for you, but for me, I thought Portland exceeded expectations for me. Because I didn't think they were gonna win 30 games. I didn't think they were gonna win 25 games this
Really?
past season. No, I
Really?
didn't
I,
because
I mean Simons and Aiton together. I mean that transitioned to more than 25 wins for me.
I mean I struggle with DeAndre Ayton. I just think
I'm one of those two. Don't worry. I'm with you,
yeah,
brother.
like I struggle with DeAndre Ayton because I wish DeAndre Ayton was more assertive offensively. Like I just wish he was more assertive and like you have this big physical frame and you're dominant like you know what I'm saying? Like so like that's where I struggle with Ayton. Um Simons
He's a lot like Mo Bamba, where they both had potential, but
yeah, and it's like
it's just potential. It's wasted potential.
I feel like Ayton's plateaued. You know,
Yes.
like he's hit his
After that
peak.
year with the Suns,
Yeah,
after that year that they went to the finals, he's just went strictly down.
yeah. And that has nothing to do and like I thought he was really good with the Suns. And, you know, with Portland, you think, okay, you're going on a team that's trying to rebuild, trying to do whatever they can to, you know, make a season out of it. Um, and I'm thinking maybe his numbers might go up. He's not on a, he's not with a Booker. He's not with a CP3. He's with an Anthony Simons. He's with a crew of young guys.
Yeah.
Thinking could easily be averaging 18 and 12 a game. And I don't even think he averaged those numbers
No, he
this
didn't.
past season.
He
So,
averaged like 11 points.
yeah,
11.
and that's the problem I have with DeAndre Ayton like it's the problem I have with him is I thought he official
Everybody thought that he was going to be like Shaq. Everybody thought that he was going to be the next big thing because of the way he was built and everything like that, and then he disappointed. It was all wasted potential. It was
yeah.
like
Yeah, he went
like
he went 14 and 10 last year.
yeah.
14 and 10 last year. So that just gives you an idea where he's at, but yeah, it was just I mean, are they a playing team without Lillard? No. With Lillard, I think they have a chance of being a playing team, but we won't know.
I
Like you,
don't know about that. I think with or without Lillard, if if they made a move for somebody like a Russell Westbrook or somebody, I feel like they would have made the play in still.
yeah, I
Not
mean,
this year. I'm not saying this year. I'm saying 2 years from now.
yeah, 2 years from now, I think they have a really good chance of being a play-in team. But like this year,
Because you got to think, Sharp is going to be in the prime of his career at that point.
I mean, Sharp is young.
Ridiculous.
Sharp is like, if I remember correctly, Sharp's like in his early 20s. Like, so he's like 23, I think, if I remember correctly. 22. He's 22. Scoot is 21.
Team's going to be good in the future.
Oh
Really.
yeah, no, they have they like you said, they have a great young core of people, a great young core of players that I'm not gonna put them in Detroit Pistons category, but
I
because the
would.
what
I would.
it's gonna be with the
They
Western
just need a
Conference,
Cade.
right? They just
That
need
that's all they need is a Cade, and they're in the same situation. And if
right.
they
They
have
need that
Damian
star
Lillard, they're kind of
35.
in the same. They're kind of the Detroit Pistons of the Western Conference at that point.
Yeah, it's just it's probably not going to be this year. I would probably say 26, 27. That's probably the year we could
Yeah.
see Portland sneak it. I shouldn't say sneak, but be a play-in team and possibly win a couple of games and make a 7 or 8 seed and be in the playoffs. We could easily see that a couple of years from now.
Yes,
Absolutely.
sir. Yes, sir.
So, that's the gist of what I have on Dame and Portland, because I think Portland's got potential there for sure.
They got potential, but they got to utilize it. That's the best
Yeah,
way to put it. But
absolutely.
time should tell when that happens. We're gonna head into a little break real quick from our sponsor, Atlanta Seafood and Steak. If you haven't gotten one yet, I've been telling you for at least a year now to go grab one. So make sure you go grab one. Best steaks in the business. I'm telling you right now. If you like Yamaha steaks, then you'll like Atlanta Seafood and Steaks. Denzel, I'm gonna have you press it for us, and then we'll be right back.
Welcome to good food. At Atlanta Steaks and Seafood, you'll find the highest quality meats from a variety of delicious cuts, tomahawks, salmon fillets, ribeyes, and plenty more to choose from. With an easy-to-use mobile-friendly website, selecting your pick of meat is made quick and easy. And don't forget, worrying about your dinner is a thing of the past. Check out some of the amazing subscription packages that Atlanta Steaks and Seafood has to offer. Fresh steak and seafood straight to your door. Order online at atlantasteaksandseafood.com.
And just like that, we're back from our sponsored ad with Atlanta Seafood and Steaks. Denzel, please tell me you have gotten one of those by now.
Wrong.
We'll get you.
Nope,
we'll get you there.
Still the video's still buffering on that one. But I've looked at the website a couple of times. If you guys haven't already, please go on Facebook and give Terry Smith a shout out. And then head on to Atlanta Seafood and Steaks. They got subscription plans, monthly subscription plans. Set it, forget it, get your protein for the month. Done. So yeah, I gotta buy a couple of things on there. I've been eyeballing a few things and waiting for the right moment. I'm thinking about doing something for Dad's birthday coming up. So
okay.
yeah, maybe buying a couple of things for Dad's birthday. So
Hope he's not watching. Hope he's not watching.
He might be asleep. Just saying. Oh man, but
all right, so we're gonna be talking about if you know me personally, you know that I've been rooting for this team to win something for years now. Even before they had one of my favorite players in NBA history, I was rooting for them. We're gonna talk about the LA Clippers here, and if you know on Dynamics on the Hardwood, we give the LA Clippers a lot of love here. We're going to be talking about the moves that they've made. Obviously, if you know, CP3 today joined the LA Clippers as their backup point guard. So that's a little bit different. But his farewell tour will be where he should be in LA, where he got big and where we know he had his best years. And they also ended up trading or signing. Was it signing? Yeah, it was signing, right?
Yeah, signing.
Yeah. So they also ended up signing Bradley Beal after he left the Phoenix Suns.
Mm-hmm.
I want to know, Denzel, how are you feeling about the moves? Where are we seeing the Clippers in the Western Conference this year, knowing that it's already loaded? And how are you feeling about CP3 being the sixth man for this Clippers team?
Well, I mean, for starters, this has been one of the more impressive front office jobs that I think I've seen especially from the Clippers as an organization. They have done a fantastic job. Obviously we know about the buyout and then the signing of Bradley Beal. By the way, they're only spending it's 2-year, $11 million deal on Bradley Beal. Imagine getting a former scoring champion for $5.5 million a year. Like, imagine. Yeah. And then obviously, just recently, their pickup of Chris Paul, the point guard, as we like to call him here on Dynamics on the Hardwood. And Yeah, I mean, to me, the Clippers, the Clippers are putting themselves right up there in the top four in the Western Conference for this upcoming season. And obviously, we know with Kawhi Leonard and that, some of the health issues he's had in the past and stuff like that. And so it's fingers crossed, health, they stay healthy. They're right up there in the top four in the Western Conference. I think they're a top four team in the West. And then we're also talking about, we got Beal, we got Paul, we got that 3-team trade that involves John Collins coming over from the Utah Jazz to the LA Clippers. So they have a fantastic core of players. My underrated player, Ivica Zubac. We got Bogdan Bogdanovic. We have obviously we know Kawhi. Brook Lopez has been added to this core now. I would assume Brook Lopez would probably be a backup big man.
Correct.
Coming in off the bench as a backup big man, Derek Jones Jr. and the step he took. The one thing I was very impressed with Derek Jones Jr. Was his 3-point shooting last year. I thought really went up a notch, and he was hitting wide open shots, hitting timely threes. And obviously we know what he brings to the defensive end of the ball. And that's what Tyronn Lue hangs this team's hat on, is the defensive end. And they're one of the best defensive teams in the NBA as we speak. And so last year, when we look at last year, they finished fifth. They're 50-32 last year. Obviously, that 3-way tie with Denver and LA. Still think they were robbed of the tiebreakers. Just throwing that out there, because I really wish they were a top 4 seed. That would have changed things a lot differently. But then, to be honest, I'm still happy to see the Timberwolves beat the Lakers in the first round of the playoffs. I'm still happy to see that. But yeah, if they finished 5 last year and you get CP3 back, you still have Harden, you still have Leonard, you still have Zubac, Bogdanovic, Derek Jones Jr. And now you add Beal. Beal, I think, is going to fit extremely well with this offense. This is a guy who, yes, he averaged 17 points a game last year, 50% from the field, 40% from 3. But this guy shot a career best 57% on 2-pointers last year, and he shot a career high 66% on layups and dunks last year. So, and those are the turbulent seasons in Phoenix where things were just out of control under the realm of Mike Budenholzer. Now you have better structure in coaching with Tyronn Lue and this coaching staff. You have a better, I'm sorry, organizationally, Clippers are way better than the Phoenix Suns. They're light years ahead, and they do things the right way. You sign this guy, Suns waive him, you sign him for 2-year, $11 million. But Beal's gonna fit so many ways on the floor here. This is a guy who can do damage on the pick and roll as the pick and roll ball handler. This is a guy who could come off screens and shoot the ball. This is a guy, okay, the ball's moving around. Oh, we forgot about Bradley Beal sitting in the corner wide open, So, and the other thing is, he can create his own shot as well as play off the ball. And you have a willing passer in James Harden who's going to be willing to pass the ball. And then you add CP3 coming off the bench. I can't wait to see how they're going to mix and mash up the lineups in terms of how are they going to stagger those minutes. Okay, James Harden's in for such and such a time. Here comes Chris Paul. We'll leave Leonard in the full quarter. And then, okay, you have Chris Paul, James Harden, and Beal. And it's like, okay, James Harden can now create his own. He can do his own thing because Chris Paul's going to be willing to dish the ball. And Chris Paul being a 6th man, dude, he's real. And you got all these shooters around Chris Paul, Bogdanovic, Jones Jr., like I said, Jones Jr. shot 36% from three last year. And now you're adding on to, and oh, wait, Brooke Lopez is a 3-point shooter. Like, there's like these guys are going to shoot the three ball a lot. But to me, it ultimately starts with how healthy can Kawhi Leonard stay next year? If they stay healthy, relatively healthy all year next year, they're a top 4 seed in the West. And arguably, in my opinion, this is a team that could easily make the finals next year. There's no doubt in my mind I could see the Clippers beating OKC, beating Denver, beating Houston. I can see this happening, and it's just, can they stay healthy? That's the biggest question. But yeah, love everything that the Clippers are doing overall. CJ, I like when we talked about the Clippers via phone a couple of days ago, I could just sense the smile on your face when we were talking about this. So I want to know what your thoughts are on the Clippers here and what you think.
So before I do that, I'm just going to give you the lineups real quick. So the starting lineup is James Harden, Bradley Beal, Kawhi Leonard, John Collins, and Zubac. Then after that, you turn into the backup lineup, and your backup lineup is Chris Paul, Bogdanovich, Derrick Jones Jr., Batum, and Brooke Lopez. That is 2 starting lineups if I've ever seen.
I know, dude, it's crazy.
That team is running 10 deep on you guys right now, and they are heading into a highly invested Western Conference that is highly loaded, and they look like they're about to wipe the floor with them. So what I'm going to tell you is I love how you said that there's going to be a lot of three-point shooting. I agree completely. I think there's going to be 2 separate offenses that they run, because when James Harden is on the floor, I think that they're going to be one of the best three-point shooting teams in the league. But when Chris Paul is on the floor, I'm sorry, but they got some people to create Lob City 2.0. John Collins is not a bad dunker, and neither is Zubac, especially on the pick and roll. And we know Chris Paul loves the pick and roll more than anybody in the league. And don't even get me started about Chris Paul's teardrop coming through as the 6th man? The 6th man of the year, gonna be CP3 on his farewell tour. If this team stays healthy, I think that there is one better team in the Western Conference. They're top 3, and they're not 3. It's them and the Nuggets. It's that close in the Western Conference if this team can stay healthy. Bradley Beal got something to prove, right? Bradley Beal had a few bad years in Phoenix, has something to prove, going to come out on a tear. Kawhi Leonard needs to prove to us that he can still win at the highest capability that he can. And we need to see him in the playoffs. We need to see him in the Western Conference Finals. We need to see him in the NBA Finals again so he can submit his legacy, not just as a Toronto best player, not as a San Antonio best player, but also as an LA Clippers best player. And he will be one of the only people to win a championship as the star of the team for 3 different teams. Mind you, there's only one other person that comes up to you when you think of that. And that person he locked down in the finals as well, and that's LeBron James. So Kawhi Leonard needs to prove something to us. We need to see Harden come out on a team. See James Harden come out like 2018, and that's another offense that we're not even talking about that is still can be ran on this team is the CP3 and James Harden offense that we saw in 2018. So like there's 3 different offenses that you can run with this team, not to mind you that they have 2 of the best rebounding big men in the league right now with Brooke Lopez and Zubac. This team is all around loaded, and they also have guys that know the system. James Harden knows the system. Kawhi knows the system. Zubac knows the system. They still got Derrick Jones Jr. that knows the system. They still got Batum that knows the system. They're set to win now. And honestly, if they do win, we get to see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, questionably 6 players on this team that should have won a ring already that can now say that they could actually win a ring and have no excuses. If the Clippers are going to do it, it's going to be this year. And I'm going to throw a hot take out at you. We know how good the Lob City Clippers were. We know how good they were. We know how loaded they were. This is going to be, if they can stay healthy, this is going to be the best Clippers team that we have ever seen in NBA history if all of these guys can stay healthy.
Yeah, no, I absolutely agree with you 100%. Real quick, before we go too deep, I got to give a shout out to Reba from New Zealand, man, being a fan of the show, man. Appreciate you watching. By the way, it's 2 p.m. in New Zealand. I thought it was like the wee hours of the morning there. I was like, whoo, thank God. But it's in the afternoon Tuesday over there. But Reba, we have to shout you out, man. Appreciate you watching the show, man. Thanks again so much. Yeah, but getting back to what you're saying there, like this, yeah, the 2018, like Paul Harden reunited, like I'm telling you, like, and we knew that team was that team was 1 game away from the NBA Finals.
You know, I also want to say I have seen some hints at them trying to go after both Blake Griffin and DeAndre Jordan still. So that could also be circulating. And if we see that, well, now we have the Lob City offense. Now we have the future Lob City offense. We have the Rockets 2018 offense and the future of the 2018 Rockets offense. Because they could easily pull that off with Bradley Beal in this situation.
You know what I just have to say that. Get Jamal Crawford out of retirement then. Like,
please.
That's all I got to say.
Please.
Get Jamal Crawford. Yo,
bro, we'll still cross up everybody.
Dude, bring back the double behind the back, dude. Crossover. Oh, like iconic move in NBA. One of the most iconic moves in NBA history. And I'm telling you, what a fantastic team those Lob City teams were in the early 2000s there. Blake, Jordan, Crawford, Eric Bledsoe.
Early 2010s, you mean?
Yeah, 2010, excuse me. Thank you. I'm telling you, man, like those teams, one of the funnest teams of all time that never won a championship. Like, oh,
but
brutal.
That's the thing. We're going to see 2 of this generation's funnest teams come together in one. And mind you, we're also going to have Tyronn Lue as our coach. Come on. This team is set to win. There's no more excuses for the LA Clippers. This has to be the year. And it's perfect because it's CP3's go-ahead farewell tour year. It's a story to tell. If we know the NBA, we know the NBA loves to tell stories. So this would be perfect for the NBA right now.
Oh, I 100% agree with you on that. Like, this would be the story of stories if the Clippers find a way to make it to be relatively healthy all season, get to the playoffs, find their way in the finals, and win a chip for CP3 in his 21st and last season.
And Harden. Don't forget Harden.
I know, like, Harden, like, there's a couple players in NBA history that have played the game the right way and have done things the right way and have fallen short and have not won a championship. And Chris Paul and James Harden are those 2 players. Like, 2 of a number of players. We could go down the list.
Bradley Beal's number 3 too.
Yeah, Beal's on that list. He's like, these guys have put a lot of time, energy, and effort into this game. And these guys have, I mean, we look at the ages, like I mean, we'll go down the list here. Harden's 35. Lopez is 37. Oh man, I completely forgot about this. They have Patty Mills coming off the bench too.
Yeah, but
Like
he won't be playing as much
what?
as
I
I love
mean,
Patty Mills.
I didn't even realize they had picked up Patty Mills as well. I'm like, I'm not gonna sit here. I mean, I wish Patty Mills was a few years younger, like San Antonio Patty Mills. But I mean, Beal is 32, Batum's 36. I mean, like these guys are. I mean, this could be the oldest roster in the NBA right now.
That's
Like
why I'm saying they're set up to win now.
this is the. I mean,
It is a bunch of unks. People on Instagram saying it's the unk squad, but
yeah, the young squad. I don't disagree with that line. That's a very good one. Oh man, that's kind of like, yeah, health is really like. I mean,
health is really
36.
important.
Health is going to
Really
be
important.
really right. It's going to be really important for the Clippers in this upcoming season. I'm looking at the roster up and down here. I see 3, 4, 5, 6. I see 7 guys north of 32 on this roster. Obviously, this is right now. We haven't gotten to training camps. Obviously, this number is going to dwindle down. There's not going to be 20-something players on this roster.
Yeah.
It's limited to 15. And so, yeah, this is like, they're going to have 7 guys. So at least half their roster next year is going to be older than 32, at least 32 years old or older. And like you say, health is going to play an important factor here for sure. I cannot wait to see how Beal, and I'm not worried about CP3. I think CP3 is like,
I'm worried about him in the playoffs.
yeah, it's the longevity of a
year.
season.
Every
That
year
takes a
feels
toll.
like
I
he
mean,
gets hurt in the playoffs.
this is like Chris Paul has played 21 years in the NBA. 21. See, this is his 21st year in the NBA, and when we look at, like, I'll pull up some quick stats here for you. Chris Paul has averaged 33 minutes a game for 20 seasons. Like, yes, the last couple of years he did play 30 plus minutes. He averaged 26 and 28 the last 2 years, but 20 years, he's played over 1,300 games in his NBA career. And to play 30 plus minutes in 18 of the 20, I mean, shoot, let's just ask LeBron. That takes a massive toll on your body to be playing all those big minutes like that.
That's why LeBron rests.
Right. And that's obviously a conversation for another time, but that's the ultimate.
You already know what I was getting to.
I know where you're going. I know where you're going. I know
There's
where
only
you're going
one
with
goat,
that.
ladies
But
and gentlemen. There's only one goat.
And let me say this. I have a complete admiration for Chris Paul. Not just for what he's done for the game and stuff. People need to remember this. CP3 at age 39 in year 20 of his NBA career, he played all 82 games. He played every game last year. And by the way, that's the second time he's played all 82 games in his NBA career. And the third time that he's played more than 80 games in a season in his career. And so to play all 82 games at age 39, granted, you're not going to need him to average 28 minutes a game off the bench. I think he's going to be somewhere in the range, I would say probably 20 to 24 minutes, maybe 25 minutes a game. He's probably going to be averaging coming off the bench, which means he's going to be fresher for a longer duration of the season, playing less minutes and not having to have that burden to run an offense, even though I don't care how old Chris Paul is. Chris Paul can be 50. I want him running my offense. You know what I'm saying? That's how good he's been over the course of his career. And I to add
I
him
just
to
want to
this.
see. I just want to see Chris Paul win a ring
Yeah.
because of what he did in high school when his grandfather died.
Mm,
I don't know if you know that story, but his grandfather died. I forget what age it was. It was in the 60s, and he had free throws. And if he made one of the free throws, he made the same amount of points that his grandfather's age was. He made the
wow.
first free throw, and then he took the second free throw and he threw it to the ref, and he said, "I don't want it," and they won the game. And he had the same amount of points as his grandfather's age that day.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't know if a lot of people know that story about Chris Paul, but I just want to see him win a ring because that story just it explains a lot on who Chris Paul actually is. You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
Explains. Yeah. And I'm telling you, like, yeah, someone who has done right in the NBA overall in his career. This is a guy who has averaged 2 steals a game for his entire career.
Yep.
Like, people don't realize how big of a pickpocket this dude is. I mean, this
Lob City,
guy. I mean, this
steal the
guy's
ball
picking.
and just lob it
This
up.
guy's pickpocketing coin slots at the arcade. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's Chris Paul in a
Yep.
nutshell defensively. Like, this guy, and he still averaged over a steal a game last season. The last 2 years, he's still at age 38 and 39, he still averaged over a steal a game. So he ain't no slouch on the defensive end, people. This guy can still
I
pick
think
your
he's the
pocket.
best. I think he's the best true point guard that we've ever seen in the NBA. And I know that people are going to say, "Oh, you just called him better than Magic." No, I didn't. Magic's not a true point guard. Magic is a 6'9" point guard. When I talk about true point guard, I mean in the height range, in the ability to pass
Mhm.
first and everything like that, play defense, and also be able to shoot the rock when he needs to. Chris Paul is that guy. So we shall see what happens. There's a long season ahead of us, right?
Yeah,
We're not even at the beginning of it yet, but
I,
we can
I
see
know.
what this could easily become
Yeah.
if the Clippers can just stay healthy.
Yeah, Clippers stay healthy. They are in um they are, you could easily say they're in the driver's seat in the Western Conference. They stay healthy, easily in the driver's seat by far.
If not top three, and they're not three.
Right,
So
exactly. Like I see them being the, I see them being a 2 seed. I see Denver the 3, Clippers 2, Rockets 1. Like that's
yeah,
and you could arguably switch those around
it's those
easily.
three though. It's those
Yeah,
three.
it's by far it's those 3. I mean, like, once again, this is, and this is rabbit trailing, but we talk about defending champs. Defending champs have not gone past the second round of the playoffs in what?
I'm gonna tell you something. That 2K curse is real, man. That
Yeah,
2K
boy.
curse is coming for SGA, bro. It's coming.
I know, and we talk about stuff like that. We say the same thing for the Madden cover. There's the Madden curse as well. And so um, I mean, it's gonna be. Can the season start tomorrow, bro? Like, please. I'm so ready for the NBA season to start. It's like to see these moves happening, and we're not even half. We haven't even hit the halfway point of the off season yet. Like we still have all of August and a part of September to still figure out what is going to happen for this upcoming year. And like, there's still a lot of questions that are out there that, everyone's still, LeBron James, question mark,
Yep.
Giannis, question mark, Celtics, question mark. There's all these question marks out there. And I'm I think you're just excited as I am to see what's going to happen down the road here in the
There's still a
offseason.
lot of people on that market.
There's a lot of free agents still out there. And
Al Horford's still a free agent. Russell Westbrook's still a free agent. I'm pretty sure Josh Giddey's still a free agent. Or
yep.
did Josh Giddey get signed or no? No, he didn't,
No,
right?
I haven't seen any news on
Yeah.
Giddey. Last I saw, he's still a free agent. So it's
Yep.
like there's
DeAndre
still
Jordan's still a free agent.
Yeah.
I mean, Bobo's still a free agent. There's still some key pieces that we need to see where they end up. So we'll
Right.
we'll see as it comes down. But there's a lot of things that could happen in the span of 2 months. But from what I'm seeing, those Clippers are knocking on that door.
Oh, listen, they ain't knocking on the door. I think they have a foot in the door, man. Like that's where I'm at. I think they have a foot in the door with this roster. But yeah, man, I mean, with that being said, I mean, let us know in the comment section what you guys think. Like, do you guys think the Clippers are knocking on the door or are in the door of being not just a top 3 team in the West, but do you think that they're going to make the finals this year? Let us know in the comment section what you guys think. Obviously, we got the new TikTok, Dynamics on the Hardwood, all lowercase. Please go check that out. Give it a follow. We would really appreciate all the support that we could get here. As you guys see down at the bottom, we got our ticker there. You can follow CJ at official.livezone or at real.livezone. Instagram and what's the other one? Is it Instagram and Facebook? No, it's not Facebook.
Instagram and X.
Thank you. Instagram and X. And with me, you can follow me, Deportes Diesel on X or Denzel in Distress at Instagram. But with that being said, for all of us here, East Coast sports investors, Dynamics on the Hardwood, it's CJ. Man, I actually pointed in the right direction this time. It's Denzel. We thank you guys so much. And as always, stay tuned.